Shiba Inu have been observed to execute substantial movements in recent times. A total of nearly 500 trillion Shiba Inu have been recorded. The market is being dominated by the Shiba Inu. Additionally, this is not an ordinary move. Analysts are dropping their signals. This could be the final component of the $1 fantasy. What is transpiring? And why will the lives of Shiba Inu be transformed in the near future? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. There has been an abundance of excitement for Shiba Inu today. Earlier, the price experienced a decline, however, it has since rebounded. And although the graph may have appeared somewhat unstable at first, the atmosphere within the community, the two are entirely distinct. Everyone is enthusiastic. Shiba Inu appears to be perched on the brink of something significant. In all honesty, it appears to be the tranquility preceding a significant tempest. In a positive manner, therefore, we should discuss the actual events. Today, a significant relocation occurred. In all seriousness, enormous. We are discussing an immense quantity of Shiba Inu that are being acquired and relocated at an unprecedented rate. This is not your typical market chatter. This is major players making large moves. And are you aware of the typical meaning of that? Momentum, long-term bullish momentum. This is the point at which the situation becomes even more intriguing. A renowned analyst unveiled some genuinely unexpected insights. He believes that the Shiba Inu is poised for a significant breakthrough, not merely a diminutive compressor, a legitimate breakout. And imagine what? The entire surge of frantic selling that we observed earlier? Totally eradicated. It is akin to someone activating a switch. Boom. Suddenly, everyone has returned to their previous level of exceedingly optimistic behavior. In fact, some are even suggesting that the elusive $1 mark may be closer than we previously believed. This may appear absurd, but cryptocurrency has accomplished more extraordinary feats. However, I am aware of your thoughts. Okay, but does the price chart genuinely reflect any of this? Indeed, it is. A swing of more than 5% was reported by one analyst. Shiba Inu did not react to the individuals who were disposing of their waste. Then, the crazy phase begins. Trading volumes experienced an overwhelming surge during the late hours. We are discussing figures that are in the hundreds of billions. That was the moment when the price of Shiba Inu resumed its upward trajectory and encountered a new resistance area. And that type of pressure does not occur spontaneously. Smart money is intervening. Whales are observed in motion. That is assurance. Shiba Inu deflected off a critical support, briefly ascended, and then maintained a tranquil, sideways downward trajectory. It is the type of movement that typically occurs immediately preceding another leg raise. Traders comprehend the significance of this. It is in the process of coiling. It is awaiting. Additionally, this is what renders it so thrilling. Shiba Inu continues to maintain its position despite the external pressure from the broader market. Resilience continues to be exercised. Nevertheless, there is a catch. A single analyst has reported that Shiba Inu has recently experienced an unusual event. Something that could represent a significant change is imminent. Therefore, examine this. According to the most recent data from Into the Block, the Shiba Inu is currently circling a significant resistance zone. There are more than 500 trillion tokens at this precise level. This is the location where over 130,000 wallets are storing their Shiba Inu, with an average cost that is slightly higher than the current market. Subsequently, this is important. This region has evolved into a substantial barrier. That is an immense number of holders and an immense amount of possible selling pressure. The dense red bands on the schematics are a clear indication that this is a challenging area to penetrate. From a technical standpoint, it is not the most impressive appearance for bulls on the daily chart. Momentum is slightly uncertain. However, please refrain from fretting or assuming that Shiba Inu is colliding with the ceiling, as there is more to the story. An additional analyst identified an element that is significantly more thrilling, and it has the potential to alter the overall atmosphere. The combustion rate for Shiba Inu has experienced an absolute explosion, as indicated by recent updates from the exact same source. Extremely exceptional. We are discussing a rise of more than 2,000% in a single day. That is not a misunderstanding. And more than 50 million Shiba Inu coins permanently eliminated from the circulation. Simultaneously, a loud bang. Shiba Inu prices followed suit. It surged by nearly 5%, ascending rapidly and with assurance. The surge in question was not arbitrary. It actually moved in tandem with Bitcoin, which also experienced a minor breakout and overcame some resistance of its own. Shiba Inu is still exhibiting vitality, despite the fact that resistance is imminent and the charts are flashing a few alert signs. Actuality. For what reason? Due to the fact that the fundamentals remain robust, the combustion rate is increasing. Bitcoin is experiencing a surge in value. And each time the community participates, each time we witness this type of response, it serves as a reminder that the Shiba Inu is not decelerating. We may be approaching a wall at this time. However, the wall may be poised to crumble as momentum accumulates and supply decreases. Furthermore, it does not conclude there. What is even more thrilling is the following. Recently, the Shiba Inu has significantly dominated the market. At present, Shiba Inu has ascended to the 16th largest cryptocurrency in the globe. Indeed, it has now officially surpassed Bitcoin Cash, which is currently situated just behind it. While the distance between them is not extremely wide, this is a significant event. A meme coin, which was previously dismissed as mere speculation, has now surpassed a legacy project that was once a component of Bitcoin's original narrative. The scale of the community is what truly distinguishes the Shiba Inu, despite the fact that its price remains slightly above the well-known range. In the present day, more than 1.5 million individuals own Shiba Inu. That is irrational. Support of this nature is not automatically manifested. It necessitates genuine conviction in the project. Additionally, Shiba Inu is demonstrating that it is not merely a fleeting phenomenon, as the daily trading volume approaches 200 million and the overall circulating supply approaches nearly 600 trillion tokens. It is maintaining its activity. It is facilitating the transfer of funds, and perhaps most significantly, it is receiving attention. A substantial amount of it. The Shiba Inu's ascent is indicative of a more significant trend in the market. Currently, individuals are not solely intent on pursuing utility or history. They are in pursuit of momentum, vitality, and excitement, and that is precisely the value that novelty coinage such as Shiba Inu are contributing. They are known for their rapid movement, loud commotion, and ability to maintain a high level of engagement within communities. This is particularly important during periods of low vitality and relative calm in the market. These are precisely the ingredients that Shiba Inu requires to achieve her $1 aspiration. The most insane aspect, it is no longer merely idle internet chatter. Even the Shiba Inu crew is beginning to discuss the matter more candidly. Not as a jest or meme fantasy, but as a genuine possibility. It is a challenge, yes, but it is one that could truly occur if the appropriate circumstances are met. Shiba Inu has been the subject of numerous audacious predictions since its inception in 2020, especially following the unforgettable bull run of 2021, when Shiba Inu stunned the entire digital currency industry and transformed ordinary investors into millionaires almost instantly. People began to recognize that this token does not adhere to the conventional norms. Currently, there is renewed discussion regarding the possibility of it attaining 1 cent or even $1 full. In fact, Lucy, who is one of the most prominent members of the Shiba Inu crew, recently expanded upon this discussion. She conducted a session with ChatGPT to determine whether it was feasible for a Shiba Inu to achieve $1. Additionally, you are aware that the response was not negative. It was not even remotely improbable. The response was that it is not impossible. The following is the situation. A perfect tempest would be required for the Shiba Inu to execute such a legendary maneuver. Things such as the integration of Shibarium into gaming applications, the widespread adoption of Shibarium, and the promotion of utility through other coins in the ecosystem, such as Bone and Treat. And most significantly, that searing, constant, enormous burn that gradually reduces the irrational supply. Yeah, it does sound like a lot. However, it is not a fantasy tale. In reality, these events are currently underway. Certainly, it will not occur immediately. However, it is not an unattainable moonshot. For what reason? Shiba Inu has already performed this action. A few years ago, it appeared out of nowhere and transformed lives. Individuals who were holding the item for recreational purposes awoke to the realization that they were millionaires. This type of performance was not a result of chance. Momentum, circumstance, community, and belief were the factors. Now that same conviction is resurfacing. The excitement has returned. Shiba Inu surpassing $1 is no longer merely a meme, as everything is in motion, from acceptance to burns to the pure vitality of the market. Yes, it is a mountain. However, this community may actually ascend. Therefore, if you are uncertain as to whether the $1 ideal is still alive, it is. Additionally, it is becoming increasingly plausible on a daily basis. However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up to see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.